Welcome to the Higher Ed Dual Credit Session. We've got about another minute before we get started, so we'll see if some more people pop in and join us, but thank you so much for being here. It's wonderful to be a part of this exciting partnership and this community education initiative. So make yourselves comfortable. I hope that you're here to learn a lot in a very short amount of time. So my name is Kelly Steely. I'm the Dean for Business Communication and Technology at the College of Western Idaho. And you're here for the Higher Ed and Dual Credit session. When this partnership came together, it's been 2 years now. We're just wrapping up our second year, and there was a lot of work before we actually got started as well. It's so exciting to make such an impact on our community. The fact that we are creating these opportunities for students to engage with technology, to see how it can change and improve their lives, and how they can use it to change and improve the lives of others, is just, it's an awesome opportunity, and I'm honored to be a part of it. The presenters that we have today will have 3 different presentations. We'll share some of what we're doing at CWI. We have some of the initiative that is based around Swift coding, and some of it that's some of the curriculum that's used for anyone can create. So at this point, I'm going to say I'm still a minute or two ahead of time, but we're going to ask that you save questions till the end, or you can enter them in the chat so that we can ask questions of our presenters after they do their presentations. Our first presentation is Dan Garrity. He teaches media arts in the marketing and communications program here at the College of Western Idaho. Dan integrated the Everyone Can Create curriculum into our C5 projects. And this is part of those initiatives where we really want to address community needs. And I will let Dan tell you more. Thanks for being here, Dan.
Thank you, Kelly. And academia needs more acronyms. That's why we came up with C5. But I remember so clearly, it was about a year ago when Kelly came to me with the idea, and she was so excited. And in about 2 seconds, I was just as excited as she was. As she described Onramp, it was really, really reminiscent of something I had been writing about for a couple of years, really. Imagining what it would be like if we had multiple different disciplines all working on the same project. So we came up with an experiment to test whether what we arm our students with actually works. Jennifer?
At CWI, we believe if we're doing our jobs properly, our students should be able to address issues in their communities by applying the lessons they're learning in our classrooms. Well, we came up with an experiment to try to prove that theory called C5. It stands for a Coordinated Co-Curricular Communication Campaign. And a typical model includes about 80 students from 5 different classes, right now media arts and marketing classes, each contributing from their unique perspective on academics, from 2 different schools. CWI is taking part along with Boise State University, all combining their resources on the same one goal. We've taken on suicide prevention one semester. After that, we did trying to improve conversations on race. And right now, the effort is all about coping with COVID's head game. An advanced class serves as the overall team lead coordinating the effort. They also create a landing page and populate it with content. Introductory production classes create podcasts and PSAs in keeping with the focus of that particular semester. And marketing classes promote the overall effort and manage social media accounts. The whole effort is a great test of any academic discipline you choose to employ. It's a great resume story to tell a future employer, but the students say the best thing about it is the personal transformation that takes place.
This is our last C5 project, and it's sad because we've been a part of all 3 of them. So it's like, I'm about to cry.
What leads to that kind of emotional investment, Justina?
Just seeing how all of the classes, even at BSU, how committed we were to each project. Like, even if it didn't make an impact, which I know it did, but even if it didn't, we made an impact on each other.
And I totally agree. You know, I've known both of you for years now, and I guess I've seen brilliance develop. You've developed brilliance in me, and so I feel like it's not just a class, it's not just a project. You know, you guys have been a huge fixture in growing me as a person to the better. So thank you.
The project that they're working on right now is cwicare.com. It's helping people, as you heard, cope with COVID's head game. If you have any interest, please go check that thing out. The other interesting thing that happened was because of the addition of the anyone can create curriculum, it took the production time way down. Things that used to take hours or even days, the students could do literally in minutes. And what did they do with the extra time? They said they used it to communicate with each other and to become more creative. So it was a fantastic addition for us. Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you, Dan. It is fantastic to have Dan as a member of this team. You know, we have this passionate group with our 3 institutions that are partners. And then we have these so exciting faculty that join in, and it just permeates the community of our students, and it's going to continue to spread further. And part of that's happening from you being here today. So thank you for watching. Our next presentation is Jeff Simmons. Jeff is a director of supervision and instruction for the Idaho Digital Learning Alliance. Members of the IDLA team developed courses. There are dual credit courses with us at CWI. Those are in app development and Swift. They also partnered with College Track to offer an app development course to students in California. Jeff has been a fantastic partner to work with. And, you know, as we started out and we're in ideation phases with this, we trekked all over the place trying to see who was going to get on board next. So, Jeff, thanks for being here, and take it away.
My pleasure, Kelly. Thanks for the introduction. And we've just had such a great time being part of this partnership as well. So I am going to just share briefly a little bit about what we've been able to do through this program at IDLA over the past year. So for those of you who are not familiar with IDLA, we're the state K-12 virtual school. So we work collaboratively with all of the public schools across the state just to provide access to courses, services, whatever we can do to just build up their capacity. And so part of that this year has been participating with the Onramp partners in providing access to a dual credit course that we called Dual Credit App Development with Swift. It uses the Everyone Can Code curriculum. And the unique opportunity there is, one, that through the online platform, we've been able to enable access to students to computer science and to Apple coding. And 2, students completing that course have the opportunity to earn college credit through CWI. So it's been great partnering with Kelly and her team on that as well. So on the next slide, I just wanted to kind of highlight, partnership is really what's been the strength of this collaboration for us. So we have, Apple providing support in multiple ways. We have students gaining access to a device where normally access to the device might be the barrier for them for this opportunity. There's been training and support provided there. I mentioned CWI as our dual credit partner. Boise State's been a great partner to work with teacher training and support as well. And then we've had the opportunity to be the K-12 online partner in this. So on the next page, to me, this is kind of what this opportunity looks like for us. So here's your cheesy, breaking through barrier graphic. But what we've been able to do this year, this is the first year that we were able to offer the course. And so this spring we have 12 students who persisted throughout the year and are on track to complete that course directly through IDLA this spring semester. Of those 12 students, there's 8 rural schools represented. So that's 8 schools that most likely would not have access to this opportunity. So that's something that we are excited about. And then we also had an opportunity to work with a group out of California this year called College Track. And through that program, we had about 50 students. Those students came from East Palo Alto, Sacramento, San Francisco, and Oakland. And those students were working in, an after-school type program, students that definitely had some needs and weren't going to have access to these types of opportunities. So it's been exciting for us to bring this opportunity to that group as well. And what's neat about the partnership is that if you look at this picture here, it looks like if you were to step through this door to opportunity, you would just immediately enter free fall because there's nothing out there but sky and clouds. But the neat part of the opportunity is that we have the support of all of the partners. So, I mentioned Apple and providing access to devices. We had students from the GIM program at Boise State who were able to help support our college track students with their app development, and they had coding questions if they got stuck. We have our awesome teachers. So Chad Barker here is one of our teachers. So we have so many different supports. If you're actually to go up to the edge of that doorway there, you would see there's a path, and the path is supported by all of the partners. So that's been the cool part of this. So I asked Chad and our other teacher, Cindy, what would their biggest takeaway be? And on the next slide, Cindy said her biggest takeaway is what can be accomplished when everyone is on the same page. And for me, I think that's the key here, is that this hasn't been an effort just by CWI or Boise State or IDLA. It's been a whole team effort to get everybody through into all of these opportunities. And the other thing that's exciting for me is that opportunity for students can be different. Not all of our students persisted all the way through the course this semester, but all of them got exposure to computer science and to Swift coding. All of them got some exposure to career opportunities in the field, and some of them are going to finish with knowledge and skills and perhaps some college credit that they can then use to leap to the next opportunity. So every student involved has been touched in some way through the partnership, and that's really the success for us. So I just wanted to close and say thank you. I appreciate each of you for being here today and your interest and your support in the program. Thanks for each of the partners, and we're so happy to be a part of this and can't wait to see what we do over the next year. So thanks, Kelly. I'll give it back to you.
All right. Thank you, Jeff. What a great demonstration of the work that's going on with IDLA. It's so interesting. When we first started discussions of this group of institutions coming together, it was really about coding and app development. And through the first presentation, you got to see how it was using different tools. It wasn't just about coding. And that was really our post-secondary population. And with Jeff, we're really talking about our high school students, and that's reaching further to lower grades through that. And it creates a pathway for them to actually come on to CWI for more of the Swift coding and app development courses. And our next highlight is going to be with Sarah Strictly. She's a magnificent ELL instructor that we have here at CWI, and she teaches in the non-credit branch of the institution. So this has created a really unique opportunity for us to create a pathway for our non-credit English language learners into a credit-bearing program. So Sarah runs our program for us here at CWI. She integrated the curriculum into basic skills courses for English language learners, and she developed a new course focused on storytelling that's really exciting. So Sarah, welcome and take it away.
Thanks so much for the introduction and for hosting, Kelly. So as Kelly mentioned, I teach digital literacy classes to English language learners at the College of Western Idaho. Within CWI's arm of Onramp, we offer credit and non-credit opportunities for students. You heard some of what Dan is doing on the credit side of the house. And through Onramp, CWI has a really exciting opportunity to deliver approachable computer science and IET courses to students in both the credit and now the ELL environment as well. All right, Jennifer, if we could take a peek at the next slide. Boise has over 43,000 immigrants and refugees in its metro area. And at CWI, we recognize and value the massive economic and cultural benefit that refugees and immigrants bring to our local community. So alongside traditional English classes, we're working to grow our integrated education and training offerings, because upskilling students and tapping the immigrant workforce is how we can meet employer demands for skilled workers and make our community stronger. An important component of upskilling workers is bridging that digital divide. And the Onramp partnership has created a really unique opportunity for our program to prepare diverse learners in this like rapidly changing environment of computer science. All right, on the next slide. IETs like ours develop both workforce and language skills simultaneously. So we have thousands of students that walk through our ELL doors each year, and we want to make sure that we're offering valuable skills whose outcomes can offset the opportunity costs of education for working adults and working adults who often have families. So in the non-credit side of instruction, we're currently offering 3 classes on a pathway to accredited certificate program. The structure of our pathway allows students to enter at almost any level of language proficiency. So we have new arrivals in our program. We have students who have been here in the US for 10 years and more. In our program, we really serve a diverse group of people, which is really exciting. We start fully in the Everyone Can Create curriculum, where students are first introduced to the technology and then begin integrating professional workforce skills and the Everyone Can Code curriculum. For interested students, they can move on to the Swift Programming 1 course, which will launch them, if they desire, into CWI's Swift certificate courses. So that's a 4-course certificate program with amazing instructors that our ELL students are able to transition to when they're ready, when they have those language and digital skills to move them into that certificate program. All right, let's take a look at some photos from our very first class. We start with a really humble class of 12 students. We've almost quadrupled that number for this spring semester, so that feels really exciting. And even with the switch to remote education, the Onramp courses maintain a really high level of interest and enrollment. Of our about 45 students, we have over 20 languages represented. Over 50% of our students are females in our computer science classes. Ages range from 20 to 60 and beyond. So we just have a really amazing group. And it's really exciting that a program feels interesting and engaging to such a wide population of people. So that feels really exciting. We know that in order to bridge a digital divide, students need access to quality internet, devices, digital skills, and that's something that Onramp can provide for students across the state of Idaho, which is amazing. And then paired with the language support, we can really open that up to all people in Idaho. So by combining those tenets, people can really begin to experience digital equity. All right, let's keep moving. The challenge-based learning curriculum that Apple has built has been really instrumental in developing a space for students to develop social capital. There's so many benefits of being connected to your local communities, and I think it's really valuable for people of all ages to connect to their communities. We've seen how successful it can be for elementary through high school students, but even for adults, to advocate for your community is a really powerful tool. So we've partnered everyone from a fire department to refugee resettlement to transit to animals. And these are all organizations that students themselves have have sought out. So we've been really fortunate to have amazing partnerships within our community. And then finally, we have a really exciting pilot. We're about 4 weeks in, so it's really fresh and new, but we have a digital storytelling workshop. And that's in partnership with the Refugees Speakers Bureau. It's been, it just has been amazing. Our voices are one of the most powerful tools that we have. And a lot of times we allow others to tell our stories and to shape the narrative of who we are, but by giving people the space and time to craft their own stories, students can really command and own their narrative. So we're a few weeks out from final projects, but I'm really looking forward to seeing the final products of our digital storytelling workshop. So thanks, Kelly.
Thank you, Sarah. Fantastic stories that you're sharing, and I can't wait to see what comes from that student work. It's going to be amazing. You know, I hope that everyone that's here is able to see, you know, through some of what was previewed at the start, where you could see what's happening in some of the K-12 environment, through to this breakout session where we're talking about dual credit, higher ed, and our population in general, really giving our community more empowerment and skills to positively impact the community that they live in every day. It means so much, not just for us in education, but it means so much for going out and living in my community every day. So I thank you all for attending. I haven't seen any questions pop into the chat. I don't know if anyone has anything they want to add lastly before we go and head back to the Twitch channel for the closing session. No? All right. Well, I will thank you all for being here. Thank you for the time today, and great job, team. I'm so proud of all the work that you're all doing and so proud to be a partner with each of you. Thank you.